Was it reaffirming, I guess, for your leadership to be one of the 6 guys that was actually voted among the top leaders in the group?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, I came across the captaincy in a not ideal circumstances. So to go back into, I suppose, into the pool and be voted back out by peers was great. And I know, it means obviously a lot to all 3 of us that we've been voted in by our peers.
Was there ever any chance that if you weren't among those top 6 that you would have considered not being the Test captain?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Probably wouldn't have been my call. As I said, we took it very seriously, and the players had their say, and then there was a process after that as well. So yeah, it was not done to tick boxes or anything like that. It was to make sure we have the right people leading this team going forward.
It's a massive challenge, isn't it, for the group that you've got? I guess with everything that's happened, do you kind of feel that responsibility, I suppose?
Yeah, there's always responsibility when we're playing Test match for Australia. So yeah, a huge challenge. Australian teams in the past haven't had huge success here in Dubai, in Asia in general. So it's an exciting opportunity. We've got a bit of a different group. Some younger guys have come in. So yep, big challenge, but a really exciting opportunity. And we've been working extremely hard on the style of cricket we want to play over here in the last week. And we've got a bit more training and a tour game to come to keep nailing it down. And I think if we do everything that we've spoken about, we'll be more than competitive.
You mentioned that, I guess, Australia's success in the subcontinent, there hasn't really been any in Test series for the last 7 or so years. What have you guys been doing differently to try and address that?
Well, we've just spoken about little ways we change. I think traditionally Australian teams have been really aggressive and tried to take the games to opposition. I think over here in particular, you've got to be really patient and I guess try and stay in the game for as long as you can. We know that the first 3 days here can move really slowly. The pitches are generally really flat, and then the last 2 days it can start to spin and reverse, and the games on the back end move really quickly. So it's about us being really patient, really disciplined. I suppose JL spoke a little bit about leaving our egos at home, particularly as a batting group, and being prepared to bat for a long time. And if we can do that, we'll have some success.
Obviously, there's been a team pick for that tour match that begins tomorrow. Do you feel like you've got a pretty good idea of the 11 that's going to go to the first Test?
Yeah, well, there's certainly still spots up for grabs. I wouldn't say there's a heap, but I think you could look at that team and say that that's pretty close to what we'll probably go with in the Test team. But nothing's certain at this stage, and obviously a lot can happen in 4 days. There's opportunities for guys to impress.
I guess if that is the case, that those guys are the kind of front runners. You're looking at a few debutants. Aaron Finch at the top of the order. I'm assuming he's going to open in that game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Finch will bat in the tour game, and obviously Travis Head will bat at 5 or 6 as well. So there's 2 guys who are in line for the Test debuts, which would be really exciting for them. As I said, there's a tour game to play first, and it's important we do that really well.
Pakistan named their Test squad yesterday. Were you surprised to see Mohammad Amir left out?
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys were, but again, we've spoken about worrying about what we can control, and we know that he's not there, but Wahab Riaz is in, who's really dangerous, particularly in these kind of conditions when the ball's reverse swinging. He bowls with really good pace. So yeah, we're just trying to focus on what we can do at the moment, and we'll look at Pakistan's Test team a bit closely next week.
I guess you do have to an extent look at the opposition, and Yasir Shah is going to be pretty key bowler for them. What have the preparations been around him like?
Yeah, we faced a hell of a lot of spin, there's no doubt about that, and Australian touring sides always do. We get heaps of net bowlers in and do different things, but we can train as long as we like, and it's another thing we've touched on. We can be great trainers, but at the end of the day it's about how we play them in a game, and we're going to be really well prepared, there's no doubt about that, but it's going to be about taking it on and playing the way we are in the nets under pressure in a Test match. And Yashir's clearly a world-class bowler. He's got a phenomenal record at this ground in Dubai, so we're going to have to take everything that we've been working on and pull it out when we're under pressure.